Hello, I'm UselessBrit. This is Jazzpunk. I'd like to thank ESA for asking me to run this to help out with a bit of a schedule change. So I run this game in about 2 years. So I've basically been practicing it this evening. I think I've derusted enough, and then I played Balatro for the rest of the night. So we'll see how this goes. Okay, so first, before we start anything, we're going to go into Kiteac Resort, Kiteac Day, where we're going to set up a glitch. So what we're going to do here is we're going to do a couple of things that the game will remember when we actually start the run. So then we can do some fun shenanigans a bit later. So we're just going to go to the 4th floor here. Gonna steal that key card. Gonna go into this room here. And we're gonna grab the briefcase. I don't even know if you need to grab the briefcase and then grab the phone. Cool, that's that done. So what that's gonna remember is that the door's unlocked and that the banana phone cutscene has happened. So the timing starts on my first input. So I'll just skip this. We get into game and we'll start in 3, 2, 1, go. Okay, so the first glitch in this is probably the most difficult, and we can't save in this level, so I can't even do a safety save. So there is every chance that I might restart, but we will see. So we got to grab this pill bottle that's under level. Yes! Whoo! Okay, so a bit late warning, but there's a few flashing things here, so please just be careful. I'll try and call them out before they happen. I was a bit late there, so I do apologize. Okay, so we're in the Soviet consulate, so we need to go to this clock here. It's lunchtime. We're going to save and load to skip some cutscenes. And then we're going to go over to this lift. We're going to jump in it. Going to turn around. Going to plant myself in this. I'm going to do a quick safety save here. Gonna move over so we're in this barrier. I didn't get it. And then we're gonna jump out. We're gonna run over here. That might be a bit far over, but we'll find it. Oh, no. Okay, and we basically jumped around and out of bounds to skip all of that. Throw the crumbs, and now we're in our first cutscene. Woo! Okay, that was a lot going on there to begin with. This is kind of the first breathing moment. They're not necessarily really hard, but they're very quick. That first one, yeah. So the first skip that I did skips this first cutscene that we do. We'd come in here, he'd explain something to us, and then when he finishes, a pill bottle will spawn on the side there, but that's stored under the level. So we go out of bounds and grab that. Okay, so he's finished talking. Gonna grab that. And he's just having a little snooze under the desk. Okay, so we're going into the alley where the next sort of harder strat is. It's called Spider Bin. Gonna grab it. Not the best launch. I will explain that when... okay, so basically... Gonna try and line myself up here. Okay, I think that'll do. Okay, so when I land on there, the camera gets locked. So, oh no, I fell in. It's fine. I think I fell in again.
You have
oh, no, I didn't.
a technique. No entry.
Oops. So that is, so it's very thin. As you can see, we're basically just on the edge of the mesh here.
You have a technique.
There we go. Okay, so that was a lot going on at once. So we use the spider bin, and then if we Alt-Tab, hold space, and then unpause, it kind of keeps multiplying our acceleration or something like that, so we get launched way up into the sky, and then when we save load, we kind of killed that momentum, so then we could come back down, and then as you saw, we climbed into the kitchen because we'd have to collect all these spiders that are around to then get into the kitchen, but yeah, we can skip that now. Okay, so we're going to do another sort of alt-tab thing here on this screen. Okay, yeah, and so we get there, and then we're basically at the end of the level. We're just going to strafe around there and into the trigger. Going to grab the candle light through the wall, and then we're going to run and light the incense and hit the gong. Whew. That was a lot going on there as well. There's lots of really quick things in quick succession. Yeah, I think it's going well.
That last job seems to have attracted us a bit more heat than usual. We'll have to
Now we're going to go into the level where I set up that glitch in the beginning.
In the meantime, I'll set you
So he's going to set us up with a vacational.
All expenses
And
paid trip to
something's
Kiteac
not
Resort.
right. Why are we-
Now go on, get some R&D. You look like you could use it.
Okay, so we're going to go around the world, but not really. And we're just going to go straight to Kiteac. This is kind of where the story of the game starts. The Soviet consulate is more of just sort of like a... This is where all the jokes are, and then the story starts after that. So we're going to run into the resort itself. We're going to go into the restaurant and activate or open up the cake. And this saves our position. So that's our position saved. We're going to go up to the room that we went to in the beginning. I'm standing in between the door so that I can just jump out early so I don't have to wait for that to finish. As I mentioned in the beginning, the game remembers that the door's unlocked. Then we can grab the briefcase. If I save and load here, then we're back in the restaurant. Going to set up the chair, swap the briefcases. He did not notice because he's distracted by our radiance. He is the editor. And this lady here is going to give us a drink because everybody should accept drinks from strangers. Please don't. That's a terrible idea. Okay, so we drink that and we're just going to leave because we got his briefcase. Walk out the door here. Oops. Oh no, it was a trap. So yeah, they've drugged the drink. They know exactly what's going on, and now they've kidnapped us. Now we move on to the second portion of this level, which is the nighttime, and it's really, really short. So we're going to jump out the chair. And we're going to go to the lift. We're going to stand in the middle of the lift so we're sort of in and out of it. When he says, please select a floor, we're going to save and load. When we do this, the lift is we're able to control the lift whilst we're not in it. So I'm pressing 2 right now. Right, so the lift. And then if I press 1 here, the lift is going down. Oh, I missed that. Okay. So basically what we're doing is when we press down, when we press 1, the lift will go to the first level. And it's pushing us down as well because the physics is still tied. And we can use it to clip. Wow, I never usually struggle with this. Do the safety save, I think. By standing behind it. There we go. Okay, so another quick flashing light warning. This is terrible for that. This is what works. So basically, we realized that we were in a simulation. Being kidnapped wasn't really real. And now we're going to end the simulation and escape. So then we can go back to the editor, tell him what's going on. Okay, right, so we're coming up to the end. This is the end of what works here. We need to end the simulation by spilling the coffee on this computer. And there we go. Right, so now we need to go back to the secretary and the editor. Ooh, bug. Okay, so we go through here, and if I get it... Okay, so because I got into the seat so quickly, it kind of skipped the first part of that dialogue. So that saves a few seconds. You. Probably got time for a little couple messages.
Yeah, it would be my pleasure. We got a very, very generous $100 donation. Thank you. From Devil Counter.
Oh my goodness, Devil.
Saying, Jazzpunk is such an amazing game. Good luck on the run, Matt.
Thank you very much.
And
wow, eh?
that 100 goes towards the Japanese language choice of Metaphor Refantasio, which bumped it up a tiny bit in competition to English. Because English was at 71 and now Japanese is at 100. So now there's a bit more of a fair fight going on.
Wow, eh?
And yeah, also at a quick glance, I'm seeing that we're only $71 away from reaching $3,000 raised so far. And yeah, it's the marathon just started, so if we can reach 3,000 real quick, that'd be actually pretty amazing. So
let's do it.
Maybe even before the end of this run. How amazing would that be?
Hopefully, I'd love to see that. So please, let's get donations in for Alzheimer Funding.
Absolutely. Back to you, man.
Thank you. So just at the end of the last level, we realized that the editor had been kidnapped. So now we're in the bachelor pad of the...
So I've taken something of yours.
My mind is broken. I can't remember what his name is. Glasses Man.
They've taken some of your important directors,
i.e. him.
Me, and it's imperative that you get me.
So what the what he's going to ask us to do is he's going to challenge us to some games to get freedom of the director of the editor. That's it.
Should you prove victorious, I will free the director unharmed. As I won the dice roll backstage, I'll go first. I guarantee you, there won't be one hint of foul play.
All of these games are incredibly fair. There's definitely no cheating whatsoever. Very legit.
A home run? I must be a bit off today. I almost went with that one myself.
Okay, right. So this is a lot harder than it looks. The sensitivity is not as you'd expect it to be. It's kind of its own thing. So just going to save and load that just to make sure, just to get the next phase started. You can get a hole-in-one on this hole, and I'm going to try it, but I really, really don't remember how to do it. Maybe something like that. Ooh, very close. You gotta like line it up with one of his buttons, but I can never remember which. Okay, just another save and load, get on to the next phase. Another hole-in-one. This guy is the best there ever was. Whoa, he stood in front of me. He really is cheating. It's crazy. Okay, so gonna get a goal. Nice.
We're just getting warmed up.
Okay, so we're gonna go up here and we're gonna save and load, so then we can get into these flying carts quicker. Whoa! Okay, I was stood where he was. Okay. Just gonna fly to the next section, which is Gravy Race.
You're too slow!
Whoa! That scared me. Whoa, okay, it looks like I'm gonna steal your job, but it looks like we've hit 3,000. Thank you very much. Okay, so this is Gravy Race. Pretty self-explanatory. We're gonna do a couple of laps, and I'm gonna hopefully win. I mean, it doesn't really matter if we win or lose at these games. It's obviously faster to win. The golf at the beginning is really the only thing we can't technically win, but I mean, it's not like there's any counters or anything like that anyway. So there is a glitch that you can do with the ramps. So where the ramps boost you, if you pause the game whilst you're on it, the multiplier for the boost keeps going up. So if you just leave it for a few seconds, 10 seconds or so, you'll go launching just through the map. We don't really allow it in any %, I don't think, anymore. We might have changed that. I lose track of these things. But it's really cool.
You're not supposed to be able to win.
Load. Don't know if I want to save and load there. We'll find out. No. Okay. Oh, I need to speak to him. Goodness gracious, man. Okay, so we're going to go on to the final game. This one is probably the most legit, the most fair. There isn't really any way to cheese it, so this is Virtual Boy Tennis.
I must warn you, I'm quite the Matrix Maverick, or some like to call me the video virtuoso.
Okay, and champion. Okay, so because he won, we have to go grab all of his prizes.
I really need to calibrate this thing.
He's the judge of these games, so he's decided he won, even though I've just beaten him with a chair.
If you another trophy.
So we're filling up his ego meter, and as you can see, he's inflating.
No, my one who you flatter me, Polyblank. Is that true?
Okay, so we popped him. If we go sideways here, we actually move faster than just going forward, because it kind of rolls us across being like, ooh, we're on a skyscraper. Okay, so we're going to return to the director, because we saved him, and we're going to free him, of course. Oops.
Sorry, old chum, but a croc's got to do what a croc's got to do. I mean, you might as well crawl in my mouth now, because it's only going to end one way.
Okay, so because he asked, we're gonna climb into his mouth. He did ask very politely, actually. Okay, so these are the intestinal credits. This is basically the last level in the game. There is really nothing to this. So yeah, this was Jazzpunk Any Percent. As I said at the beginning, I haven't run this game in a couple of years, but actually I think this went very well. So yeah, shout out to the Jazzpunk community. These guys are doing God's work. We've had a bunch of new people join recently. I believe this game is GDQ, or will be a GDQ. I don't know if GDQ's happened yet. So it's great seeing the new people in. The old people are still very much active. If anybody can find any skips for Bachelor Pad, I'll be super happy. I think everybody was super happy at this point. And yeah, just shout out to the Jazzpunk community.
I've left this tape recording here in the event that I
So he planned that this would happen, so he's left a tape recording here because it's better to be planned than not. So he's going to leave some mission all here for us, and that triggers the end of the game.
I have a particularly violent
Yeah, I think this went really well.
Best of luck.
And there we go, time.
Also, please say hi to my secretary if I forbid.
And that was Jazzpunk. Yeah, Any Percent basically misses out on 90% of the jokes. This game is filled to the brim with jokes. So if you want to see a category that really sees a lot of everything, then Special Agent is kind of our version of either all achievements or 100%, kind of depending on what your definition is of that. You see 90% of the game, where we skip 90% of the game here. And I believe we're still a bit ahead, so I got permission from tech and all that I could show off Flavor Nexus if we're at a position. You're happy for me to do that? Yeah? Okay, so... okay. So there's a DLC that came out with this game a few years ago called Flavor Nexus. It was kind of released round about the same time when the game got updated with the PS4 content, because the PS4 content got exclusive stuff when it came to the PlayStation, and then got Director's Cut, and then Flavor Nexus came out. It's really, really short, even just for a DLC, but the run is like 2 minutes. It's really like nothing.
Oh, Polyblank, it's come to my attention that you're in a sort of...
I may have forgotten to mention that the director might be naked.
Got to do something about that.
It's fine.
Got another sort of a mission for you. Pay attention. We need you to head into that flavor.
So we're kind of in some sort of like
It's for you.
trance, or we're unconscious, so he needs us to get some smelling salts.
Let me down. Remember, Polyblank, smelling salts. Smelling salts.
so this is very much just movement based. There is one strat later on that's pretty difficult. Requires you kind of like clipping. So this is very movement based of just trying to get. What did I get on there so I can jump across the aisles? But that's fine. So smelling salts. Of course, we need to go pay for it, which I don't remember where I need to pay for. Where do I pay for it? Oh, there, the arrow. So throw the yen at her, grab that. We're supposed to go talk to Psycho Johnny Mania. That triggers the sort of end game. It puts the ramp back on here, but if we can kind of clip. It's really quite difficult to do, and the screen's kind of dark, so it's kind of hard to see. Ooh. Oh. There we go.
Good, you found him. 5-finger discount.
So that saves us doing like a car, like hot dog battle with Psycho Johnny Mania, which is 5 minutes. It's not super long, and then that spawns the ramp for us to come back on. So we're taking the smelling salts, and now we basically just have to empty out this drawer full of weapons because there's going to be people trying to come for us on bikes. But we don't really need to worry about that, so we're just gonna throw brains, a turtle, skateboard, a gun badge. Thanks for playing. That's it at the end. That's all. He's going to convince us. He's going to give us money to leave. There we go. I'm going to take some more smelling salts to actually come to an end. So that was Flavor Nexus. That's... So yeah, this was Jazzpunk. Again, thank you to ESA for asking me to help fill in with this little schedule change that happened. If you want to learn how to run this game, it's super easy. Speedrun.com, you can find the Discord link. All the mods are very active, and we're always super helpful for new players. You can follow me on Twitch. I don't really stream anymore. UselessBrit. That's me. So thank you very much.
All right, thank you very much. Before I let you go, though, I want to, read a few donations that we got in.
Yes, please. Thank you. Yes, please.
We got an absolutely generous another $100 by Sky.
What?
Saying, helping to break $3,000 and cheering on the so useless Brit. So thank you very much for that. And that was the one that brought us over the 3,000. So that's pretty amazing.
Sky. Wow.
Thank you so much. We also got $10 by I'm64 saying, boo, boo. And we got an anonymous $1 donation without a message, but that leaves us with a very nice looking 3,040 right now.
Wow.
Obviously, we would like to have some more, so unfortunately someone has to break that nice number eventually. But yeah. Any more final words from you?
No, thank you everybody for the donations, especially those very kind ones. I mean, every little helps. But yeah, thank you very much. Thank you for supporting me, and let's have a great rest of the marathon.
Awesome. Everybody, we will be jumping into a quick intermission so we can set up the next game, which is going to be Hades. So please look forward to that. It's going to be very amazing.